Hey everybody, Ryan here from Ryan Hockey Channel. Alright, gonna be going over the Vancouver Canucks 2021-2022 season preview. Now, if you have not done so already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and make sure to let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree, disagree, just be civil, and make sure to share the video as well, and let's get started. Alright, here are the additions. This team went through a bit of a turnover this year, but I think it's a turnover for the better, honestly. They had Tucker Pullman, 4 years, $2.5 million. Pretty decent defender, so not a bad addition. Yaroslav Halak, 1 year, $1.5 million. Pretty solid backup right there. Brady Keeper, 2 years, $762,000 per. Luke Shen, 2 years, $850,000 per. That's probably the biggest head scratcher. Is Luke Shen for 2 years. I can't see a year, but 2 years is interesting. Nick Patan, 2 years, $750,000. Phil Di Giuseppe, 1 year, $750,000. That's a solid bottom line forward. That is a solid one to add. I do not blame them for adding him at all, and that's a decent deal for him. They also had Sheldon Dries, 1 year, $750,000. Justin Dowling, 2 years, $750,000. Brad Hunt, 1 year, $800,000. Kyle Burrows, 2 years, $750,000. Sheldon Rempal, 1 year, $750,000. Devontae Stevens, 1 year, $750,000. John Stevens, 1 year, $750,000. The big trade right here, Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Connor Garland from Arizona for Louis Eriksson, Jay Beagle, Antoine Roussel, 2021 first, 2022 second, and 2023 7th round picks. That was the big trade. And adding Ekman-Larsson, that is a big add right there. As is Connor Garland. Those are two very good adds for this team. Spencer Martin was added from Tampa for future considerations. Then they traded out Oli Uovelli the other day to Florida for Noah Jolson and Juho Lammikko. I think Lammikko is going to be a quiet, really good addition for this team with that one. Noah Jolson, depth defender, okay. But Lammikko, I think, is going to be a solid pickup for this team. Alex Chason, 1 year, $750,000 as well. Subtractions. They bought out Jake Virtanen and Braden Holtby. Not surprised for either. For wholly different reasons for the two. Braden Holtby just because he did not look good for them last year and he did not seem to fit in. So it makes sense they bought him out. Especially with only 1 year. That's not a bad buyout. Jake Virtanen, he was bought out because of the accusations against him, and I can see why they got rid of him in the current environment of the world. I can understand, and it makes sense. I think anybody would have made that decision too. Sven Barchi went to Vegas. Alex Edler went to LA. That's going to be weird seeing Edler in LA. Brogan Rafferty to Anaheim. Jalen Chatfield to Carolina. Louis Eriksson, Jay Beagle, and Antoine Roussel, as we just talked about, went to Arizona. Nate Schmidt was shipped out to Winnipeg for a 2022 third round pick just to make space, and he didn't seem to fit in either last year. Travis Boyd went to Arizona, Jimmy Vesey to New Jersey. Jonah Gadjovich went to San Jose via waivers. Oli Uovelli, as we already talked about, went to Florida via trade, and Zach McEwen was picked up off waivers by Philadelphia. So, like I said, big turnover here. And they re-signed Jason Dickinson, who they picked up in a trade earlier in the offseason. Re-signed him for 3 years, $2.65 million. Guillaume Brisebois re-signed 1 year, $750,000. Dickinson is going to be a good pickup too for this team. This team definitely improved their bottom six for sure on the offense. Tanner Pearson re-signed 3 years, $3.25 million per. Connor Garland, after the trade, was re-signed 5 years, $4.95 million. I think that is a really steal of a deal right there. And it makes sense because he provides a lot, and I think he'll add more this year than he has ever been able to in Arizona. Brandon Sutter was re-signed for 1 year, $1.125 million. I believe it's already been announced that he's out for most of the season, which is unfortunate. Travis Hamonic, 2 years, $3 million per, and is now no longer with the team, I believe. Or I'm not sure what the resolution was, that they bought him out or what happened. I know they put him on waivers because I believe he refused to get vaccinated, I think it was. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was. Elias Patterson re-signed 3 years, $7.35 million per. Quinn Hughes 6 years, $7.85 million per. Honestly, I think those aren't too bad. I mean, for what these two can provide, Patterson, if he can stay healthy, for sure. Quinn Hughes, not a bad amount. I mean, he's very good offensively. Still, on the back end, I think he still needs some fine-tuning, but he's got the talent and he's got the ability, so I think he'll get there. He just needs someone like a Ekman Larson to help usher that part of his game into just being better, honestly, in that area. But overall, he's a very good defender and very good offensively, so not a bad amount at all. Considering what Cale Makar got, that's a decent deal. Projected cap hit, $83.7 million, so they're over the cap currently. So their projected cap space is $0. So obviously, I'm sure they have figured out some ways. I mean, well, if Hamonic was bought out, that definitely helps too. Here's the forwards. Like I said in the Toronto video, I took these out like 5 days ago. My family and I have all been sick for the last 3-4 days, so I have not been able to make videos. This is the first day I've had a normal voice in that time. So, yay. But still having some side effects or after effects. It was not COVID, I promise you that. It was just generic cold. But it's been hard doing this, and I have not been able to, between taking care of sick infants and sick toddler and sick me, sick wife, it's been hard to get videos out and get these updated because these are all done 5 days ago. So I'm sorry they are not the most up to date, but hopefully the next few I will get out and get them fixed. But these two, not so much. I'm sorry ahead of time, but this is where the forwards are sitting. Next year, they have another big free agent who's going to want more money, and that is Brock Besser. He's an RFA after this year, as is Juho Lamiko and Matthew Highmore. Highmore didn't look too bad after he came over from Chicago last year. Honestly, I thought he did better than I expected, honestly. Lamiko, like I said, I think that's going to be a solid pickup for this team. Then you have on the UFA side, Tyler Mott, Brandon Sutter, which if he is out for most of the season again, then I would not expect to see him coming back again. Justin Bailey is a UFA. And then on the defensive side, that bright, shiny new contract for Quinn Hughes. Look at that. Then you also have Oliver Ekman-Larsson making a good chunk of change too. After this season, you had Jack Rothbone as an RFA, and you have Brad Hunt as a UFA. Other than that, their defense is pretty well set. I mean, Travis Hamonic, like I said, is no longer with this team. He's either been sent to the AHL or he is already been bought out. I cannot remember which one at this time. On the goaltending side, Thatcher Demkos signed for the next 5, including this one, so he's definitely their goalie of the future, and they know that, and they're sticking with him. They brought in Yaroslav Halak, who will be a solid backup for them. I don't blame him for making that choice. Michael Fairland, if I remember correctly, I think I saw something about him being out most, if not all, of this season again. This guy cannot stay healthy, but that will help them in the long-term injury if that's what they end up doing. He's got this season and next season before he is off the books. Alex Chason has a PTO there, but as I already showed you in the additions, he has already signed 1 year at league minimum. On the non-roster side, still their top prospect, Puck Colson. I believe he is going to start the year in the AHL. I could be incorrect, but I believe so. Like, they still have Zach McEwen listed here. He is now gone. William Lockwood and Sheldon Rimpall are both RFAs after this season. Phil DiGiuseppe, which looks like he didn't make the team. I'm kind of surprised. Nicholas Patan, John Stevens, and Sheldon Dries are all UFAs after this season. On the defensive side, God, I hope Jet Wu makes the team eventually. I just want to see him score a goal and hear the announcers call, "Goal by Wu! Goal by Wu!" That'd be awesome. Dude has an awesome name. But anyways, he's down there in the minors. I mean, you got Noah Jolson, Gilliam Brisebois, and Devontae Stevens, RFAs after this season. You have Madison Bowie, who is a UFA. So they have some guys who play some games down there. And Jolson, I believe Stevens has, Bowie has, Wu definitely someone to keep a little bit of an eye on. On the goaltending side, Michael D Pietro was not ready last year, not at all. But goalies do take more time, just like defenders. They both take some time. But D Pietro will be on the RFA after this season, and Spencer Martin will be a UFA on the goalie side. Here's how their 2021 draft went. Number 41 was their first pick, and that would be second round. Danila. I'm going to go with Danila. Kilmovich. I kind of like that last name. Kilmovich. That sounds kind of rude, but awesome all at the same time. He is a center. And after that, you can see the rest of the picks there. They had a few more picks, but kind of surprised they still didn't have first, but that's how you get someone like Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And also, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting him, Connor Garland. He's also worth quite a bit too. He's a pretty good offensive player. Alright, here's their 2022 picks. They have their own first, they have Winnipeg's third, they have their own fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, but they do not have their own second or third. And in 2023, they have all their own picks except their seventh. And in 2024, they have all their own picks. So they have picks to play with if they need to. Alright, here's the here's the lines according to Cap Friendly. Solid website, go check it out, please. Great resource for anything cap related. And this was formulated before camp was over, obviously. But it also was just based off of their depth charts that they had. This is not necessarily lines that are going to be or the lines that were. This is just depth charts, okay? So don't come after me. These are wrong. Not my fault. Alright, first line to list JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, and Brock Besser, who looks like he's hurt. That's unfortunate. Hopefully he's playing. Like I said, I have not caught a lot of games so far this season. I know we're about 3, maybe 4 games in for some teams. And then there's some teams like San Jose who've played 1 game. So, it's crazy out there. But hopefully Besser can be back quickly if he is going to miss time. Then on the second line, you have Tanner Pearson, Bo Horvat, Nils Hoglander. Hoglander had a great rookie season last year, 27 points, 56 games. I would look to hopefully see him improve upon that, but there's always that chance of a second year slump. Hopefully not for him. I like the way he plays, especially with how big he is. So hopefully he has a good year. Then on the third line, you got Connor Garland, Jason Dickinson, and it looks like Podkolzin they're listing. I'm not sure if Podkolzin actually made the team though. Highmore, Dowling, and McEwen is no longer with the team, so I would assume Lemico would be there, and that would be the fourth line. So let's see. Lemico had only 5 points in 44 games, but it was a -8. Hopefully he can improve upon that. On the defensive side, you got Ekman-Larsson with Myers. At least Ekman-Larsson could possibly help Myers be a better defender, maybe. But still, Myers, big guy, 6'8". Ekman-Larsson, 6'2". I can see that. That could be a pretty big D pair. I know what I just said. I'll move on from that. Quinn Hughes and Tucker Pullman, second pair. Third pair, Jack Rathbone and Luke Shen. So there's that. Rathbone, like I said, or not like I said, I'm sorry, no. He had 3 points in 8 games last year, so I would keep an eye out there. Rookie, does not hurt to have the rookies on the team. Goalie, Demko and Halak. Okay, gonna be a solid pair, I think. Like I've already said. Scratches, they have Lemico, but like I said, with McEwen being picked up on waivers, I would see Lemico moved up. Brad Hunt and Guillaume Brisebois. Brisebois got 1 game in last year. Hunt got 12 in, but not with this team. Bio history, Braden Holtby, you can see, and Jake Virtanen are going to cost money. Not much, though. I mean, Braden Holtby next year will cost money, $1.9 million, but this year, $500,000. $50,000 for Virtanen. Next year, $500,000 for Virtanen. He's not too bad. Recapture penalty, 1 more year of Roberto Luongo's 3 $3,035,212. One more season. After this season, Luongo is off the books. Yay! Alright, here's the minors. Phil Giuseppe, like I said, kind of surprised he didn't make the team. He had a decent year last year. Set 8 points. I mean, not a whole lot, but for a fourth liner, that's not bad. It was a good penalty killer. Then you had Justin Bailey's played games. William Lockwood got some in. Sheldon Dries did. And Sheldon Rempal. Defensive side, Noel Jolson got games last year, not with his team. Travis Hamonic, like I said, he is not playing, so his $3 million, I believe, comes off because now we're 35. That helps. And Madison Bowie had 2 games last year. Well, Michael D Pietro had a game last year. Maybe it was 2 years ago. Ugh. Whenever it was not a good game. Here is their top prospect, or no, not top prospect, but their prospects in general. They had no high draft ones there. Highest is the 82nd overall, and there's the only one less than 100. So they need to replenish a bit, obviously, and they still have their picks, so maybe they'll keep them this year. All right, top prospects. Like I said, Vasily Podkolzin, right wing, 11 points in 35 KHL games. Jack Rothbone, defender, 3 points in 8 NHL games, 9 points in 8 AHL games. So Rathbone, I have a feeling, is going to get some serious time this year. It had Oli Uvalli, but as I was typing this up, he was traded, so I just slashed out his name. Mike D Pietro had a 7.16 goals against average and a .857 save percentage in 1 NHL game last year. That's terrible. Terrible. Hopefully he can rebound from that. Aiden McDonough, left wing, 3 points in 3 NCAA games so far this season. Then, I seem to have missed one. Oh well. Damila Kilmovich, that's spelled correctly there. It's supposed to be Kilmovich. Right wing, Dmitry Zolodiev. Center, Jet Wu, defender, and William Lockwood at left wing. So, there we go. Here's our season outlook. I see them as a middle-range team. I think they made some strides this year. I think they still may be tied by salary cap constraints, especially after this season. They will definitely be tied by them. But this is still a very good team. And honestly, with a terrible Pacific, I can see them finishing in the middle. I don't know why I didn't change this a little bit, but I can see them finishing in the middle. But I can also see them finishing pretty high in this division too. So it's kind of just a crapshoot as to which team decides to take that chance, because we know the top 2 are generically going to be Vegas and Edmonton. After that, it's just kind of roll the dice, and whoever you get, that's who it's going to be. Who knows? You don't know. So we'll see who gets that 3rd spot, but this could be definitely one of my top picks to be the potential to get that spot. That's why I picked them to be the middle. So keep an eye out. We'll see what they do. Hopefully they have a good season. A healthy season is the big one for them. But this is what I got for you, Vancouver fans. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree, disagree, think I'm crazy, that's fine. Just be civil about it. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you... No, I already went through the whole spiel. I was about to say it again. I will see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.